Seeing lots of Philly in the chat. New Jersey, it's my hometown. Massachusetts, Canada. Welcome everyone. We're so happy to have all of you here tonight. We're gonna start in 1 minute. We still have, the waiting room is on fire right now, so we're gonna keep letting people trickle in for another minute or so. Texas, welcome. Someone from Ecuador, welcome. How exciting. I think that's our record for the farthest so far. Welcome, welcome. So happy to have you. All righty. I'm gonna just pause my music here so I can hear myself think, and we're going to get started. Welcome everybody. My name is Miss Allie. I have had the immense pleasure of working with our chamber students these past 2 sessions with my partner in crime, Mr. Andres, our music director here at Play on Philly. I am so thrilled to see so many people here. It's a lovely mix of overwhelming with all the little squares and all the logistics that have to go on, but it's like the most exciting thing to see, just sometimes literally hundreds of squares. So I'm so thrilled to see you all. And as we're seeing in the chat, all over the world, which is just amazing. Thank you for joining, taking your Friday night to hang out with us and hear some beautiful music. So I'll just talk quickly about how tonight's going to go. We have 7 groups performing for you tonight. And basically, if you could just please stay on mute throughout the recital, you'll see some information between each group about who you're seeing, who you're hearing, and you'll also hear from some of our students tonight. So students, I hope you're ready. We had a great practice last night. And without further ado, I'll turn it over to Mr. Andres.
Thank you, Ali. So my name is Andres Gonzalez, and as Ali said, I'm the music director of Play on Philly. So why chamber music is crucial as part of the students' training? And as you will find out during the recital, chamber groups are smaller, maximum 4 to 5 members only. And when I say only, it's because I'm comparing orchestra roster with where our students used to be trained. For example, an entire violin section in an orchestra might have 14 violinists playing at the same time, or a trumpet player waiting half of the piece and playing the other half. Perhaps a triangle player waits to play only 3 notes in the middle of the piece. That's not the case in chamber music, where each member is a soloist. Nobody else plays the same musical part as you. That changes the game. In addition to the chamber groups classes, almost 20 students have received individual lessons once a week as part of our private lesson program, PIC, the Play on Philly Emerging Artists Collective, and also the regular instruction in the core classes time 3 times a week. I wanted to thank and congratulate all the families for their support, and also our teaching artists who help our students in their musical development and creating better humans. Without further ado, Ms. Ali, please take it back.
Thank you, Mr. Andres. Yes, we're joined by all of our amazing chamber coaches tonight. You'll get to see and meet some of them as well throughout the night. So one thing I wanted to mention, if you haven't been to one of our virtual performances yet, we have a special kind of virtual applause so that our students can see how much we loved their performance. It's pretty simple. It's basically some jazz hands. If you want to do some snaps, that's fine too. Jazz hands, if you want to use the little emojis in Zoom, if you want to use all 3 of those things, go for it. Have a little party over there. But in between each group's performance, please show our performers some love with that virtual applause. It really gets a good mood going. So first up tonight, we have our junior strings quintet. So we have Tahoot here with us tonight. Well, we have everybody here with us tonight from these groups. But Tahoot, I wonder, could you please talk to us about your chamber group?
Hi, my name is Tahoot Nagash. I am in the awesome Junior Strings group. We are going to be playing March from the Nutcracker by Peter Tchaikovsky.
Tchaikovsky, that's a hard one to hoot. Tchaikovsky.
Tchaikovsky, and the arrangement is by Michael Story, I'm pretty sure.
Thank you, Tahoot. And you are part of the Junior Strings Quartet. So what instruments are in your quartet? Maybe Oliver can hop in and join us. Oliver, what instruments are in your quartet, quintet? Kind of fluctuates depending on the month. What instruments will we see today?
The instruments we will see are first violin, second violin, viola, cello, and bass.
Very cool. And Oliver, what are some things that were challenging about learning this piece?
Well, I don't exactly remember.
They've already moved on to some new rep. It was a little bit ago, right? How about Noah? What were some things? Do you remember any things that were particularly challenging or particularly fun? What was something right off the bat that you were like, oh, I like this about this piece?
Some things that was challenging for me is getting my bow in shape and practicing. And the things that was easy for me is playing with all my friends and playing the music and enjoying it and having fun.
That is the best part of it all, isn't it? And if we have Ajay here with us tonight, there's so many tiles. So if I don't hear, oh, there you are, Ajay, hi. And tell us about your coach, Ajay. Who's your chamber coach?
Hello, my name is IJ. Our chamber group is coached by Miss Carlotta. Miss Carlotta is a great coach because she is so patient. We hope you enjoy our performance.
Thank you, Ajay. Junior Strings Quartet. Beautiful. Virtual round of applause. I love the way that looks. Thank you so much to our Junior Strings Quintet Quartet. You all are wonderful. Next up, we have our woodwind trio. So Zakaya, if you're here with us, can you tell us about this trio? What instruments are we going to see in here tonight? And what instruments are we maybe have some different ones in it now in the wind trio? So talk to us about that.
Hi, my name is Zakaya. In the recording, you will see clarinet and flute, but recently we added bassoon in our trio.
That's right. And we have a little help from Miss Carolina on our recording today with the cello playing and sort of getting that fuller sound for that lower part, which is super cool. And Paola, who joins us from Austin, Texas tonight. What is the name of the piece we're going to hear tonight?
Hi, so my name is Paola, and the name of the piece that we will be playing tonight is called Pastoral from Oratorio de Noël by Saint-Saëns.
Awesome, you nailed that French, good job. And what were some things that you found challenging about the piece, Paola?
I feel like one thing that I found challenging was maybe pair up my ear with my other teammates. It's kind of harder to play right now virtually with everybody else. So maybe my tone with everyone else.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is a challenge I think we are all facing to some degree, right? It's amazing how far we've come. I'm amazed by how well you all can even make music over virtual. It's nothing short of magic, honestly. Zakaya, what were some things you liked about this piece? What were some parts that were fun, or maybe that you finally were so proud of yourself for finally conquering a hard part? Talk to me about what you liked about this piece.
I actually like that I practiced with my teacher, well, our teacher, Ms. Marty, because it gave me more of an advantage to actually get certain parts that were very difficult, and I overcame it. And as a group, I think we did very good.
I would have to agree. And thank you for you just segue to my next point. You're coached by the wonderful Miss Marty, who's here tonight. And without further ado, we present the Woodwind Trio. That was absolutely beautiful, Wind Trio. Wow, that's my first time hearing that all the way through. My goodness, that was gorgeous. Thank you so much. I'm loving all the love I see in the chat. Keep it coming. It's so nice for our students to see it. It's so nice to be able to give the praise and just revel in this beautiful music that our incredible students are making for you tonight. Next up, we have our brass quintet. So just a friendly reminder to my students here tonight, my chamber students, make sure your videos are on so that we can spotlight you when it's your time to speak. If that sounds like something surprising to you, then get ready to have a fun, organic conversation with me. So in our brass quintet, we have Mr. Keith. Hi, Keith. Could you tell us about the instruments in your quintet, what we'll hear tonight versus maybe what's in, I know there's a new instrument in there this session. Can you tell us about that?
A normal brass quintet has two trombones, two trumpets, and a tuba. But here you're only gonna hear two trumpets, a tuba, a trombone, and a French horn.
Right, so a nice variety. So, at our next recital, you'll hear a different variety of brass instruments too. So lots of versatility there. Thanks, Keith. And Tabor, we actually have two pieces that you guys will be performing for us tonight. What are the names of those two pieces, Tabor?
They're Silver Swan and Entrada of Fanfare.
That's right. Which one did you like playing the best?
Honestly, I liked both.
Love that answer, Tabor. We didn't tell him to say that, I promise. Thank you, Tabor. And Miss Aaliyah Wells, what was something that you found challenging about this piece and that you had to work extra hard to get it good for the video, which is another struggle. Getting everything perfect for a video is very different than in person.
I found trying to perfect the rhythm was quite hard because I didn't want to be off beat and off rhythm while recording the piece. I wanted to be on beat and on rhythm.
Yeah, it's really hard, right? It's so much harder over the virtual. What was something, and I know you finally nailed that because your video was awesome. So what did it feel like to finally get that rhythm right?
When I finally got it right, I was relieved because it took like a lot of takes. So when it came out good, I was really happy and relieved.
Yeah, I can only imagine what all of your parents' phones look like with all these outtakes of videos and things. I know mine looks like that for recording for classes. Do we have Giselle with us tonight? Miss Giselle, are you here? Going once, going twice. Okay, Keith, tell us about your coach and why you enjoy working with your special coach.
Well, I enjoy working with Mr. St. Clair because he makes sure that we know like what we're doing before we're finishing up. Like the song in general. Like he makes sure that we have everything fine. He makes sure that he doesn't just make us work on the music 24/7. He does his favorite thing, long tones, a lot, and it's really fun sometimes. And he also makes us like work on like tone quality and stuff like that.
So you could say he's a very thorough teacher, right? I would have to agree. Shout out to Mr. St. Clair. All right, presenting our brass quintet. Go ahead and say those long tones paid off. What do y'all think? That was amazing, brass quintet. Wow. I saw something Tahoot said in the chat that I loved. It's so hard to get a sense of how this is all going to come together. It's so weird recording by yourself. It's so weird listening to yourself. It's something we've all have to become very accustomed to. So I just think it's so cool when we finally get to see the final product. And it sounds, if you close your eyes, it's like we're all in the auditorium again together, right? So it's just so special to see it all come together. Thank you so much, brass quintet. That was wonderful. Up next, we have our percussion ensemble. So Usman, hi. Could you tell us about the instruments? There are so many percussion instruments out there. Could you talk to us about just a few that are out there in the world available for you all to play, and then what we're also going to hear tonight in this specific piece?
Well, the instruments that were available to play would be the drums, the cymbals, the xylophones, the glockenspiel, the wood blocks, and the bass drum, the Tiffany, and probably more that I have yet to figure out.
That's a pretty good starter list. And which one are we hearing on this piece tonight? Which one does this feature?
This one will mostly feature the glockenspiels.
Right, exactly. And Trinity, if you're here with us, Miss Trinity. Just give a second for that spotlight. Oh, did we lose Trinity?
Trinity,
Yeah.
can you just start talking because I don't see your name?
Trinity, if you're with us, unmute. Okay, well, she nailed it in the dress rehearsal. Do we have Damon here tonight? Damon, if you're here, you can unmute, or you can turn your video on, or you can unmute.
My video.
Hi, Damon. Oh, let's give that a minute to resolve. Usman, I'll put you back on the spot for just a second. Could you tell us the name of this piece that we're going to hear, please?
The piece we're going to play is called Tress of Bells.
Very fitting name for the glockenspiel, right? And Damon, if your sound is human again, can you tell us what you enjoyed about this piece, or maybe what was tricky about it?
It was kind of tricky to learn like the tempo and stuff.
Yeah. Everybody thinks that's the easiest part of percussion, right? But it's like sneakily the hardest part. Like if you don't have the sense of tempo, you're kind of lost. You kind of got to get that nailed down first before you can add anything else in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Damon, who's your coach?
Mr. Dave.
Hi, Mr. Dave. All right. Thank you, boys. Sorry to miss Trinity tonight. Without further ado, the percussion trio.
This way.
Guys, thank you so much. All righty, moving right along here. Next up, we have our wind quintet. Make sure I have that right. Yes. So, Mr. Adrian, are you here with us tonight? I gotta keep going back to this gallery view so I can see all of you.
Yes.
Hi, Adrian. Thanks for being here. Could you tell us about your wind quintet? What instruments might we sometimes hear in a quintet? Which ones are we going to hear tonight? What do you play?
Hello, my name is Adrian. I play the French horn. Our group is the woodwind quintet, which has 5 instruments: the flute, the oboe, clarinet, bassoon, and French horn. Our piece is called the Tant que vivra.
Lots of French here tonight. That's right. Tant que vivre. Good job, Adrian. And who's your coach?
Our coach is Mr. Nick.
Shout out to Mr. Nick. He's here with us tonight. And do I have Ileana here with me tonight? Ileana, if you're here, please unmute. Hi. Illy, what is something that you liked about this piece? What was cool about it? What was fun to learn?
Just the music in general.
Mr. Nick has fabulous taste. I have to agree there. Were there any parts that were tricky for you, like the rhythm or getting it synced with the recording? What was challenging?
The recording and the rhythm.
The rhythm, yeah. And do we have Ficker here with us tonight? Ficker, are you here? If you're here, unmute. Alrighty, that's okay. Thank you, Adrian and Ileana, for sharing those little tidbits with us. And thanks, Mr. Nick, for being here. We present the Wind Quintet. That was so beautiful, Wind Quintet. Wow, that intonation, that blend, it was amazing. I saw Mr. Nick said in the chat that music is before 1600, and some early music is just so beautiful, especially on the woodwinds. I have such a bias for that sound. It's just so stunning. So thank you for all the love and support in the chat too. It seems like we are all really enjoying this music, which is wonderful to see and wonderful to hear. Next up, we have our tiny strings quartet, depends on the day. Again, These are some of our youngest musicians, some of whom have only been playing for a year or so, some a little bit more. And we're so excited for you to hear their piece tonight. We have Miss Aaliyah Coleman. You look so glam, Aaliyah. I love the hair and the pearls. Love it.
Thank you.
Tell us about your chamber group, Aaliyah. What are the instruments we'll see tonight?
You will see 2 violins, 1 viola, and 1 cello.
That's wonderful. Thank you. And Miss Mackenzie, if you're here, could you unmute? Hi, Mackenzie. What is the name of the piece we're going to hear right now?
Today's piece is Boil Cabbage Down.
Boil 'em Cabbage Down. What a funny name, huh? And it's a traditional folk tune, right? Yeah, it's a folk tune. It has a real folksy sound that you'll hear. And Miss Zeta, if you're here, could you join us? Hi, Zeta. Zeta, tell me what you liked about this piece. You have a really cool part on this cello part here, something with your fingers that you do. Can you tell us what that's called?
Pizzicato.
Pizzicato. That looks so much fun to do. Is it as fun to do, Zeta, as it is to watch?
Yes, but it kind of hurts my fingers.
Yeah, a little price to pay, right? A little price to pay for that beautiful sound. Well, you do such a great job with it. So that was a challenging part for you, right, Zeta, was getting that pizzicato part?
Mm-hmm.
And Aranza, what is something that you liked about this piece? What did you like learning in this piece?
To play with Miss Carolina.
Your coach, right, Miss Carolina, who's here tonight, and she was featured in one of our other videos too. What do you like about Miss Carolina and playing with your friends? Does it feel like you're all together when you practice?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, girls. I'm so excited to hear this. This is our Tiny Strings Quartet. I absolutely love that ending. That is my favorite part. I'm going to have that in my head all night. Thank you so much, ladies. That was fabulous. Loved hearing that a couple times today. We featured that video today at our Community Friday performance that we have every other Friday. So we talk about what it's like to be in a community. And I would say it's safe to say that these girls love being in the community of Miss Carolina. Is that right, girls? That was wonderful. I have a couple quick shout outs I want to give here, and then a quick announcement, and we can all be on our way on this fine Friday evening. Shout out. So I have to give a shout out to Dr. Anna Meyer, who's doing all of the behind the scenes work here, which is so much more than you could ever imagine. The spotlighting, the videos, the muting, it's wizardry, really it is. So thank you, Miss Anna, Dr. Anna, still getting used to that. Shout out to our video and sound editors who put these beautiful videos together for us. I mean, I've seen lots of comments from our students that they just look so professional. It's true. It's amazing. Really, it is. I've been wondering if I could even just get a CD made of you guys at this point. So thank you to Vince and Ryan for being such incredible, thoughtful editors. Thank you to all of our chamber coaches who are here tonight: Molly, Carlota, Carolina, Marty, Nick, St. Clair, and Dave. We couldn't do any of this without you, your constant support and encouragement. We're so grateful to have you. We're so happy that you get to work with these students on a weekly basis. big, big, big thank you to all the families, all of you here tonight. I mean, really, it wouldn't be possible without all of you. So we know you're totally the behind the scenes heroes of getting these kids to log on and do their practicing and click unmute and all that stuff. So thank you all again and again and again and again for all of your support that you've given your kids through these challenging times. And finally, the biggest shout out in the world goes to all of our students tonight. You all should be so proud of yourselves. Can we give a huge, just vivacious round of applause for our students? I am blown away. I hope it was really fun for you all to see these videos for the first time, see how all of it comes together. I know it's hard to see it when you're recording in your basement or whatever. So I'm so proud of each and every one of you. You've worked so hard. Thank you for taking the time to be with us and chat with our guests tonight. We have over 100 people here tonight, which is incredible. So thank you to all of our guests who came tonight. We're so happy you tuned in. We hope you enjoyed our program. We will have another one of these recitals in May 14th, Friday, save the date. And this one's really special because it's going to be combined with our Peak students, which is our private lesson program here at POP. So it's going to be quite the affair. So mark those calendars, Friday, May 14th, and please join us for that recital. And unless my wonderful partner in crime, Mr. Andres, has anything else to say, or Miss Jess, our fearless leader, or anyone else, we are done for tonight. Enjoy your dinners, enjoy your evening, and thank you again for joining us for this recital tonight.